Hey guys, this is week 5 video. So two things I was going to talk about. It was a little bit of a slow week this week, so there wasn't too much anything extra going on aside from the normal observation things that we get to do and working with the kids. But one thing that I was able to do with my on-site supervisor this week was just sit down with her and go over um, the final evaluation. I'm sorry, I had a brain fart. Just the final evaluation and just looking at it and stuff like that. But more importantly, I was able to sit down with her and look at the self-evaluation. And I know generally I tend to rate myself lower than I probably should. But it was just reassuring to sit with her, and she was able to just help me like point out my strengths that I was able to see, and but also acknowledge my weaknesses and things that I can improve on myself personally. So it was really good to see that, and she helped me not be as down or as hard on myself, which I think we all tend to do sometimes. But the other thing that I was going to talk about was it was a medical situation where we administered medication, and unfortunately we were wrong because we forgot to contact the parents after the fact, because that is protocol. We administer medication. If we have to, of course, contact management, contact emergency responders if necessary, and then we contact the parents. I know it sounds bad for parents to know last, but we need to make sure the child is completely safe, and we follow the protocols. And so a medication was administered. It was just asthma inhaler, Buterol. But mom was very upset in the way that we administered it, because she didn't believe that we did what we were supposed to do in the proper manner. And so when you administer a Buterol, an inhaler, in that manner, you usually do 2 puffs for the initial one, and then within 15 minutes later, if the person still needs more, you're allowed to administer 1 to 2 puffs. We have a medical sheet that each rescue med is required to have, and along with the label on the actual medication itself. And so we followed all the protocols that we needed to do in order to administer the medicine to the child. However, mom felt that we, over medicated her child, even though we did not, and was upset that we listened. She was upset that we, took the word of a 6-year-old when she said that she was having shortness of breath. No, it sounds kind of silly, but she's very, very upset with us, and she has contacted so many different people, and so that's kind of what we're in the middle of right now. And I just really wanted to know, from those of you that have children, from a parent's perspective, how would you feel about that? Because she was basically saying that we were incompetent, and that the fact that we took the advice of a child of giving her the medication when she said that she was shorting of breath. They were on a walking path, but she was the only one that complained about shortness of breath. And oh, by the way, she has an inhaler. So we're going to put 2 and 2 together. That means, hey, you need your inhaler. And both times we asked, did she need it? Because they know their bodies better than we do. No, we're not medical personnel, but they know that if they are having shortness of breath, and we ask, are you having shortness of breath? You need your inhaler. And so that's what we did. But mom thinks that we over-medicated her because she ended up having 4 breaths. However, those were the instructions on the medical protocol and also on the inhaler, which she signed, dad signed, the medical provider signed, the nurse at the CYS signed, and then the staff members that were involved sign, and also and this is pre-signed to even have the child in the program. And so I guess my question to you is, from a mother's perspective, do you think she was right? And I don't want to say right or wrong, because you can feel any way you feel about your child, but do you think she might have been out of line for questioning how we did the thing? Again, we did forget to call. That's on us, and we're taking the steps to fix that. However, in giving her the medication and basically saying that we overdosed her child and neglected her child, do you think that's a little far stretch, or do you think she's on the right? Or what are your views and opinions on that? If your child was in that situation, how would you respond or react? Or if you were the staff, it's really confusing, because from all the things that the parents are presenting to us, like, we have things to prove that, like, hey, you allowed this to happen. You allowed your child to go on this nature walk. You allowed us to administer the medication. These are the protocols that we took. If we didn't take these protocols and then something happened to your child, what would you have said then? You know what I mean? So my question, I know it's all over the place, would be like, at what point do you allow the parent to take control of the protocols in that manner, if that's even a thing? Or do you just stick with the protocols and just, drive on? I don't know. You let me know. Thanks, guys.